Coach, what do you think sort of allowed them to kind of get off to as fast a start as they did?
I think their physicality. And then in addition, I think the most disappointing part of it all was I think they scored in the first 6 or 7 possessions. And it didn't feel like there was a real level of resistance for us. They made some shots. It wasn't like it was 7 dunks in a row. Jabari Smith did a turnaround. Brooks hit a couple threes. But there's a certain level of resistance sometimes where you just feel like, are you feeling them? Do they feel us? You know, and things like that. And that first 6 or 7 possessions just didn't feel like it. Sometimes they miss those shots, maybe wouldn't feel the same, but when they make the shots, it can really set a tone. And then we miss some shots, and then you're in that hole. And teams like Houston feed off that, and they kind of find a way to raise that physicality, that aggressiveness, that edge even more. And we knew that was going to be a challenge for us even, coming into the game. So it got us into a hole, and it's tough when you're playing out of a hole against a good team like that.
I guess you lost Jeremy for the second half. First of all, how's he doing?
Yeah, I haven't checked. I just know he got hit in the head, and they're checking on him. Wanted to be cautious.
And then without him, did that kind of exacerbate the situation we're talking about before game where rebounding size is going to be sort of a challenge?
Yeah, I think that it's fair to say. I think the guys fought, to be honest, on the boards. I think, the numbers wouldn't reflect that necessarily, but I do think of all the aspects of the game, I actually didn't have too many possessions where I was pissed off at the fight and the effort on the boards. There's a couple of times there's actually more loose ball on the ground, and I thought we could have got to the ball quicker, but the physicality I thought was pretty good.
Coach, to ask about Jeremy, to have a guy that's been asked to do a number of roles over his time here and he's been able to do that, as a coach, how do you handle that, having a player that has that kind of mentality just on a night-to-night basis?
It's super valuable. His versatility allows him to be a part of a lot of different lineups and play in a lot of different ways. The way the teams guard him is unique some nights, and he answers the bell and will do whatever that helps the team win. And to continue to grow in that role and space will be very effective.
You got Blake some first half minutes tonight. What were you looking for out of that?
I think just a little bit of competitiveness and someone just to kind of come in and change the game up. Sometimes it's, you just need somebody to mix it up. And, it wasn't like he played perfect, but I thought he did a really good job and he brought some energy, and we needed it at that time. We're going to continue to need it.
You said before the game you expected Steph to have a pretty good response tonight. Are you kind of pleased with what you got from him?
I thought he fought. Yeah, I do. I thought, again, even early on, he had a few decision we got in between, and he's a young player that's trying to get out of a rough patch, so to speak, in his own head. And when you're trying to make the right play every time, sometimes it takes away your instincts, and that's when he and most players are playing at their best. And I think he got into a rhythm where he just played, and I thought we saw some of the stuff that we all know, which was good to see.
Well, it's been a long road trip. What's the message to the guys in the locker room after a game like this?
It'll be nice to go home. It wasn't a long speech tonight. Catch our breath, and we're not going to flinch. We have to get back to work.
Appreciate it, Coach.